Boardman Township. Uh, Jokingly, I used to end all my videos with, I'm just a dumbass hillbilly with a cowboy hat. And I know the people in this town remember that, especially the ones this channel is kind of focused on, folks. It's not focused on the town. It's not focused on the people that are in this town, that live in this town. It's focused on what happened to me since I've been in this town. Now, I'm one that will admit, things happen differently to some people than other people. Some people are mega rich. Some people are mega poor, like me. When it comes to money, I'm mega poor. I'm not a poor man whatsoever. My family, people who love me, make me a very rich man. And see, with me, folks, my family has nothing to do with blood. Nothing to do with blood relation. Anyway, this video, I'm going to focus on Ohio, the state of Ohio, what the state of Ohio is, what the state of Ohio owns, and what the state of Ohio sells. This video I'm doing, it's not to make anybody look stupid. I've stopped doing that. I stopped doing that. I'm not trying to make you people look stupid anymore. You guys can do that all by yourselves. All I'm trying to do is make you think about what's happening and how this is never going to work. It's never going to work. Now, I keep talking to you guys about public and private entities in this city. Not the people that live around here, not the citizenship. I keep talking to the police department, the sheriff's department, the courthouse. I'm not calling you guys names. I'm not saying anything bad about you in this video. All I'm wanting to do is talk. I'm wanting to bring stuff to your attention. And then maybe you look into it. Look into the laws and what they actually say. I don't care about how you feel what the law says. I don't care how you think your upper management has interpreted the law. If you are a law enforcement officer, I think it's time that you stop relying on qualified immunity and actually understand your job. As a house painter, I could not go out here and tell somebody, I'll paint your house for $1,000. And then when I come out there, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I don't clean nothing. I don't scrape nothing. I don't caulk nothing. I just buy paint and start smearing it on your house. And you come out and you say, hey, this ain't right. And I go, look, you hired me to paint your house. All I have to do is paint it. All that other stuff you think, that's not how it is. All I have to do is paint your house. I paint over the dirt. I paint over the loose scrapings. I paint over the cracks in the holes. I don't, no. I'm a house painter. I'm not a house crack fixer. I'm not a house nail hole fixer. I'm not a house drywall fixer. I'm a house painter. This is the rules. I'm just a house painter. So all I do is paint. You have to break it down to each individual. If you want it scraped, well, we've got scrapers that we'll call, and we'll bring them in, and they'll give you a price to scrape. No, folks. If I say I'm a house painter, and like out in Arizona, I had to back up my jobs for 2 years, and we had an average of 110-degree temperatures. Average. Or no, that wasn't the average. But that was the damn normal. It seemed like. Sometimes it was up into 100. I worked in 128-degree temperatures painting houses. Now, this is the way I feel when a police officer and a judge tells me, look, I know this doesn't seem right, but I'm just following the law. I have no judgment in this. It's written here in the law that you didn't use a turn signal or you didn't have your license plate light was out. I cannot pull you over because your license plate is out and walk away and not ticket you. I could not do that. The law states that I have to ticket you if I claim your license plate light is out. Now, if you call me because I say I'm a house painter, and I come to your house and I say, yeah, I'll paint your house, $500, and you think, man, this guy's giving me a screaming deal. Everybody around, every other painter I called wanted $1,500 to paint this house. This guy, I called him, he'll do it for $500, including the paint. Well, because I'm a house painter. I'm not a house scraper. I'm not a house power washer. I don't pull vines off the side of your house. I don't prime nothing if there's water damage. You called me. I'm a house painter. So I just put paint on your house. So I'm going to take your $300 per 5 gallons of paint and just paint it on. I'm not going to prep. I'm not a house prepper. If you want a house prepper, you go pay for a house prepper. I'm the house painter. Do you understand what I mean, guys? If you're a cop, you know something is ridiculous, and you don't really agree with it, you have the right to say, you know what, I'm not messing with this. Or you have, you know what, this might get me moved up to corporal, or it might get me moved up to sergeant or something. So I'm going to write everything I can write. I'm going to accuse everybody I can accuse. Because, man, your captain told me They had reasonable suspicion. That's all they need to write tickets, arrest, anything. And then they're done with it. You're done with it. Your hands are washed free of it because you no longer have any contact with these people. They have been moved on to the court system. You're just one part of the system. The court system's the next part, and then the jail system, probation system's the one after that. But you don't want to claim you're a part of that jail system, that court system. You just want to claim you're law enforcement. So you're just doing your job. Well, I painted houses for 25 years. And I had to do a lot more than just paint houses. People, officers, lieutenants, captains, police chiefs, the sheriff, his deputies, the courtroom, all of you having your authority and should, according to the Constitution, if you have not enough evidence to see, you guys always want to forget that it's you're innocent until proven guilty. That's the way it's supposed to be. But in this country today, it's you're guilty as charged by an officer that has no idea what the laws really are, covered under qualified immunity. That's it right there. Now, once this officer writes a ticket for speeding or no seatbelt or not obeying a officer's commands when they have no commands to give, driving without a license when the person clearly has a license, come on. You as a police officer, you as a sergeant, you as a captain, you as a deputy, or I don't know, what else is under the police chief, and you as a police chief don't have the discretion to say, no, this ain't right. Don't tell me a judge that is sitting in a constitutional courthouse doesn't have the responsibility to go beyond a reasonable doubt that somebody is guilty of something. Not, and this is what happened in your courtroom in Mahoney County Criminal Courtroom number 2. The prosecutor had nobody other than the police officer who made the charges on me, that claimed things that was not true. They had no reason to bring any witnesses in, even though the police officer wrote in the police report that I tried to run him over. Even claimed they had a witness that worked for the store that claimed I tried to run him over when I left the grocery store that I just bought my food from and pulled out of. And then I show the judge, I show the police officer that made the claims that he had to jump out of the way of my car when I left because I drove straight towards him. I show the judge the prosecutor, and the damn police officer. The video that I have that shows me turning my steering wheel all the way to the right while he's standing on the left side of my car by my driver's door. The video's on this channel. I turned my steering wheel all the way to the right before I ever pulled away from him. The video's on here, folks. This man, and you have records in your police department, that I came down the night he harassed me through the Giant Eagle grocery store, and the people that worked in there was telling him, no, you leave that guy alone. He didn't. He harassed me all the way through there, and I told him what I thought of him all the way through there. He didn't like it. Well, I went down and I filed complaints on him, filed for harassment. This paperwork's in your office, folks. He come back a few days later. He found out I filed all this stuff on him. He saw me coming out of that store, and I flipped him off. He was talking on the phone out in front of that store. It's in the police report. I flipped him off. It pissed him off. He then watched me walk to my car, put my stuff in the car, and leave. And as I was leaving, he claimed to make a traffic stop, working as security at a grocery store, not even in a police car. Then he made claims that were untrue, that I caused many problems in there and I was to be criminally trespassed. If any of that's true, if he got the store owner, managers, or whoever, he did it with his own lies. Him and the whole entire police department were watching my videos. This guy wanted to be the one to mask Watachi. He couldn't do it. You guys brought charges? There was another man, prosecutor, who wanted to be known as the man to mask Watachi. That prosecutor couldn't do it either, not even in a courtroom. Now, I'm over all this stuff, folks, but that is the truth. That is the truth. I don't care if you are the police chief. That is the truth. I don't care if you're the captain. That is the truth. And if you ask Nick Newland and Mike Manis, I know you already did, and they told you the truth. You didn't want Mike Manis in that courtroom. I had him summoned, and you didn't even put him in there. You didn't want him in that witness stand. You used his reserve status to keep him out of it. I already know that as well. Mike Manis had nothing to worry about. I have no hard feelings for him. Me and him have buried all hatchets. I hope he knows that. I have no hard feelings against him. Never did. I wouldn't say a mean thing about him. So I tell you guys, if you trust in Mike Manis, and you say he's a good guy, and you believe Nick Newland's a good guy, what are they telling you about me? Boardman Township, Ohio. It's not my home. It never will be. I will probably die here. But I don't feel the same way I did when I moved here 4 years ago or 2 years ago or 7 months ago when you guys forced me to be a resident. I don't feel the same way. Now, there's some people that are still playing the game I don't trust. Steve Dubas shouldn't be a police officer any more than Demon 40 Chins was a prosecutor. But that's on you. That's on you. The funny thing is, I've heard a lot of people in the police department talk about a lot of people that work in the police department and those who are good guys and those who aren't. And I've never heard one of you yet make a claim that Booger Muncher is a good man. Not one of you. And I know why that is. I saw what he's willing to do, sworn in, sitting in a witness stand. So I understand that. And that's why I'm willing to give you guys a little more credit. Because not even any of you have claimed Booger Muncher was a good man. The sad thing is, he claims to be a Christian. And people, I want you to know, that really is sad. Because if that man was a real Christian, or if he even thinks he was a real Christian, he wouldn't have done what he done. I guarantee you that man has a hard time sleeping at night from the nightmares that he has. I promise you that. I sleep like a baby every night. Those of you that don't, better start rethinking what you're doing. I'm just trying to warn you. I'm just trying to warn you guys. I know where my home is. My home isn't on this earth. My home's in heaven. You guys can have the earth. You can have everything it produces. But I want you to know something. I do love you guys. And it'll break my heart on Judgment Day to be a witness for those of you that don't find Jesus. That's the bottom line with me, folks. I don't care what you do to me. You want to put me in your jail? Put me in your jail. It don't matter. You're not going to change my future. You might change my present, but you'll never change my future. Watch and see. People, I really do love you. I just want you to just hear me out. Just listen. Listen to what I'm saying. Can I be that wrong that I'm not even worth listening to? I don't think you believe that. Till the next video, we'll see you then. Love you. And I suggest you find Jesus. Till next time.